You're really close to the camera today.
Isn't it?
That's too close. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Unbelievable. Welcome to the podcast where we're very unprepared in every singular way possible. I'm your fantastic host, Carl101, and this is my co-host, Speed Slasher. Today we have many things that will be talked about today. The first thing of the two things, well, first before everything else, we'll talk about our weeks that have gone by since the last podcast that we had. And then I will be talking about a long story and have a few new additions that I wanted to add to this podcast, after which we'll take a very minimal short break, which will do a quick advertisement. And then following that, we'll talk about our bottom 10 list, which is the things that we really hate in life and consider our absolute worst. And
they got to be agreed on 10. I can't count to 11 after that.
Well, 11. Oh yeah, and then at the end, as always, we read your emails. So if you'd like,
we got a couple.
If you'd like to send us some questions for the podcast, you may email us at pleasedon'temailthispodcast@gmail.com. And
right.
and for you guys that are watching on the YouTubes,
tell us you loved it, and then
well,
tell us to go look at your YouTube where you
like the video, because
have malicious links.
Like the video, and if you feel that you need to comment on something, please just drop a comment. It'd be great.
Especially bots. Tell us you liked it.
But anyways, let's get going here. So Speed's gonna talk about his week. Ready, go.
Oh, you're gonna drink too while I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Am I a ventriloquist?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So today on the whole question,
you're not doing a very good job with that.
I meant you to do it because you're drinking water. Anyway. My school finished a week ago. I got all A's.
All A's.
And I was like, "Hey, Dad, look at this," and he's like, "Good job, my son. Thank you. Happy Father's Day."
Yeah.
And then it just occurred to me next week is when I start my summer session. But I only have one class, so can't be that bad.
I don't get your school sessions. They're crazy. It's like,
what do you mean?
It's like you just...
I had 1 week of break, basically.
Yeah, and then you go back to school, and it's like, 1 week of break, then back to school. And it's like, stop going to school.
But I'm so cool. I can hold 2 books in my hand and read them.
At the same time?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm only so cool. Besides that, honestly, not much has been happening in my life. I walked outside and threw out the garbage.
That's it?
I went to the groceries. I cooked the lasagna. Wait, no, I didn't. I cooked macaroni.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now go on with your hour block here. Dude, I really didn't do nothing.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, I've been drawing, but that's like...
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Show us the drawings that you made, Speed. We want to see them.
Hold on. Well, I didn't do anything new in this one. I showed this one last time. No, yeah, I actually don't have much to show. They're all doodles, so I mean, I guess I'm getting back into it. Oh, I've been streaming.
Yeah, there we go. So we saw you play some Wii Party. We saw you play some Jam Game. We saw you play some... you didn't play Mario Paint because that just fell apart. And
I don't know what happened there.
And then you streamed something else, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh no, I don't remember either. Right, what you said? Wii Party.
Oh yeah, Big Wave Games made an appearance for not E3.
That was a while ago. What'd I do? It was Tuesday. Minecraft.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Minecraft. Okay.
No, it's not Rune Factory. It's Jam Game.
It's Jam Session. And you also reminded me. My sister and I just beat this really cool live action. So it's like they take pictures for the scenes. It's called 428 Should Be a Scramble, and it's actually... Wait, I might have gotten that right. No, that's the right name. It's actually really cool, and it's basically this detective thing, and you play as like 5 characters or more or less or so, and you shift between them, and whatever a character does affects another route, so you have to keep going back and forth. Like, look at this 10 frames per second going back and forth.
Oh.
But I'd recommend it. There's a lot of secret content though. You do we're at the point where you do like a quiz show where you have to remember stuff from the game, And then when you do that, you unlock a story thing. And then when you do that, you have to go to a specific scene at a specific time and then put a specific input that they don't tell you to do.
That seems complicated.
It's absurdly complicated. I don't think
sounds kind of.
We have to look
actually.
that up. But we're probably gonna get around to doing the secret routes in that. I'd really recommend it because it's funny because it's like, you know, it's imagine plumbers don't wear ties except good. that's
but I thought that game was super good.
Okay, imagine plumbers don't wear ties but bad.
But I thought that game was super bad.
There's no winning. You know what I'm trying here. Also, the turnip game has been failing a lot of us in Animal Crossing lately. A lot of people haven't been checking their prices, man.
I haven't even played since last Saturday.
Man, how are you going to become economically sound if you're not going to, you know, participate and check your turnip prices?
I have 1 million bells just sitting around doing nothing. At this point, like...
But that's not enough. You only buy 1 crown. 1 crown. Da-na-na-na. Okay.
All right.
That was my messy week. I'm not really good at the week recollection stuff, I'll be honest with you. But
you got to work on that, man.
Hey, I got to work on a lot of things.
But you don't have school right now, so, you know.
I will tomorrow.
Well, I can't help you there.
I don't have any class sessions for that, though, so that's kind of cool. He's very flexible about like when to turn in things and when to do things, and that's what I really appreciate. I've had this dude like 3 times before now, so this is my 4th time having him. It's crazy, man.
That's a lot. I kind of like having teachers multiple times if I can help.
Because you know what they're gonna do, so you're like, okay.
And especially if you're learning, you know,
the same subject.
Well, I mean, it's like if you're learning in general, you know, if I get the same thing 4 times in a row and I didn't learn a thing from the first time, it's like, am I gonna learn something the other?
It's like how in cartoons, like whenever it's like a children's cartoon, they have like, oh, we grew up, but then the teacher followed us too, like Crocker or something.
Crocker.
Hey, you posted, you put
I did.
Timmy Turner's dad there, so now I'm just thinking about it.
That's true. That's a fair point.
I'm just thinking about it.
Right, that's fine. But Jordan Von Struggle isn't a
father.
Isn't a father.
Well, didn't he marry the tooth? Oh man, let's go on with your week.
Oh my god. Okay.
This is awful. I'm so sorry. I gotta drink my coffee.
All right. So while you're drinking coffee here, okay. So for my week, for the past 2 weeks, actually, I should say, I started to revive Splunky back on the stream.
Right. We just listened to it. Oh, this is loud. What's going on?
It's been a rough 2 weeks to say the very least, I think, because like I feel like I have made no progress until yesterday, or I'm sorry, on Friday. Or Thursday. It's been 3 days.
Thursday? Oh yeah, it was Thursday.
Yeah, I didn't stream on Friday. When I finally made that run to hell, like that was easily the most. Like
you were visually
highlight of the week for my life. There.
You were visually like in despair.
Man, I oh my god, I honestly started out with that and I was like, this isn't like after I failed Olmec the first time, I was like, this isn't fun. I don't want to do this, but at the same time, like it got to the point where now I was starting to get annoyed because I wanted to have this happen. I didn't even care about beating the game. I just wanted more so to actually see what was next up at that point. And then I made it all the way to Yama and died, and I was kind of sad by that. But at the same time, I finally did it. I finally made it to hell. Now I don't have to make the joke about we're gonna make it to hell this week. Ha ha ha.
But now you gotta make the joke. Oh, we're gonna be Yama this week.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm hoping for this week I might do a lot more just
other stuff,
heavy Splunky, just to try and see if I can finish it.
Never mind. Okay.
Because now that I know how to do all that stuff, I think I have a pretty solid chance of being able to just finish it outright and be done with that game forever.
Right.
So
until 2.
But yeah. So before I get into one of the main topics, which is related to my past 2 weeks here, the other thing is Pokemon Stadium has started and we finished Phoenix Wright, which I liked the first game better than the second game.
Yeah, I was asking about that. Like, what were your thoughts on it? And a lot of people agree. I don't want to bash on the game, but I know a lot of people think that 2 is kind of like the lower echelon of the series.
Well, I don't
Because
think. Yeah, I didn't think it wasn't a bad game at all. It was just I just like the
yeah,
first one a little bit better.
I think what's cool, what's great about 2 is the last case. I think that's what most people remember.
You know,
Also, bananas.
the biggest problem with the second game was there really was no Mike Meekins.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that was a big downer.
But there was when people paid the impression points.
That's true. Well, see, that's the thing is that I had to enhance the
The Katie
experience,
Chagrin.
but by giving people what they want, which is the Mike Meekins.
Poor Katie.
So, but yeah, that's finally done. There should be some new stuff next Wednesday. I don't know what that's gonna be, but it's gonna be something new. And then Pokemon Stadium started, which is just kind of a relaxing kind of game to end the night with, which I've been actually enjoying a lot more than I thought I would. It's gonna get to that point where I'm gonna be absolutely and totally frustrated at some point because Pokemon Stadium is not an easy game at all. And
It's definitely not, especially because of what they give you for the rentals. It's like
yeah,
nothing.
I'm not sure about if I want to just import some decent Pokemon from the games because I have the ability to do that. I have the reader. Whether it works,
Yeah, on the back of the N64. The N64 is one of those controllers that is like crazy. It's like I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, it's interesting because like a GameCube, I feel like it's just a more advanced N64 controller because it has the Game Boy reader at the bottom, and I feel like you can just keep adding other stuff like that as well. And I feel like that's what that little module is just a Game Boy reader, just really watered down.
Yeah.
So, my only downfall this week is that I've been dealing with absolutely horrendous allergies, which refuse to just decide to ever go away. I'm hoping to have beaten them. Yesterday was an absolute and total mess. I started taking a decongestant, and I swear it just made me feel worse. I was like shaking. And
You were awful on Wednesday in particular.
Yeah, I was like shaking on Wednesday or on Saturday because like I was just sick. I wanted to get so much done. I wanted to record some videos, and it just wasn't happening. Also, I think I'm not in sync with my voice because I forgot to add the delay in here, so I'm going to do that right now.
What about me?
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're not Porky Pig though.
I look like one.
Okay, so that's been most of the stuff that isn't related to what I'm about to talk about here as pertains to this week. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else, which I don't think there is. I think that's all we've talked about, or all that's happened.
Did you do anything for Father's Day today?
I had breakfast with my dad, and that's about really it. Said Happy Father's Day, and that's about it. It's hard to, the hardest thing is that because my brother is separated at the moment, we can't really see him, so it's kind of awkward for myself, I guess, just to do something for Father's Day without him.
Right.
So we've been kind of this tag team of like whenever it's a birthday or Mother's Day, Father's Day, that we kind of go as 50-50 in as possible to make something happen.
Okay.
We can't just really do that right now, so we're just kind of like saving it all at this point.
Yeah, I think that's the same. I even called my dad. I should have, but I feel like my dad doesn't really like calling. Like he's more like, okay, good, thank you, my son, in text. Keelan's mom and brother got dad a couple of liquor. Oh man.
No, that's vacay juice.
Vacay juice. My bad. Or licorice.
Licorice.
You know, you sip through the licorice. You know, like a cereal straw?
Daddy sodas.
So yeah, anything else you thought about for for your streams?
No, that's I need to do a new overlay. I need to finally get that going because I'm tired of looking at how crappy my overlays usually are, and I have ideas I think that I just have been hesitant to and just need to apply them.
You have a really good one with the like when you're doing like those challenge runs, like the what was it, FTL? That one was really nice.
Yeah, I like that one for sure. It's just that like I don't want to just sit there and make a new overlay for every single game that I play.
Right.
So it's just
Wait, coward?
Now I gotta do it.
I mean, I do it.
I already got too many things to do in my life, and now it's like we're gonna have one more. So okay, fine, you win. See how it is.
Yes. I even have to redeem a thing to win.
So yeah, okay. So I guess moving on. So something rather interesting happened to me. Not this week, but last week.
2 weeks ago, I think.
So I want to take us back in time a couple of years ago, back to the year 2018. I think
That was prime Carl.
Was it 2017? Maybe, I don't remember. It was the end of the year, around December or November. I can't remember. I had been in the middle of streaming, and life was pretty okay at that point. I think I had already quit my job and started to kind of progress into this, and because of you guys, you had just kind of made it work. I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't, obviously like as much money as like all that kind of stuff, but it was like enough where I was sustainable. I was good. I was happy. I was living enough where I didn't have any problems going on at that time. But then something happened where I had pain in my teeth, and I had to go in and have 2 root canals and 4 teeth pulled and a surgery done in my mouth, all within the span of about 3 months.
Those were good times.
And that racked up quite a bit of cash in debt, which was, I don't want to say devastating, because I still had plans in place on how to fix all of that, and that was all fine. The issue that I ran into was when I had the flood, if anybody remembers that, which was in this room right here. That was a very questionable point, because I originally did the Save Carl thing, which number one, I didn't actually even like the title of it. I thought it was a horrible title, but that's just because I don't like Save Myself. Just seems kind of a weird title.
Yeah. I didn't make it.
But the thing is that I wasn't sure when I was going to ever come back to streaming, because of it being a sewage backup and coming up into the house. We ran the risk of it possibly condemning the house, and like that would be very bad. We would have to do like a serious kind of thing on the house to make that fixed and all that kind of stuff. So I put that out there as a help me out to kind of hold me over and all that stuff. But unfortunately, what ended up happening was that like because the dental kept racking up from the multiples of stuff that had to be done, I was easily up way too much more in debt that I really wanted, and I have taken steps in order to try and supplement it, and I've floated as of this point. I've been able to keep float at a barely manageable level, until recently when I was able to acquire some heavy cash to end that debt altogether entirely.
This is from me.
I won't say where it's from, because I feel it's I don't know, it's a strange place I got it from in a sense. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to say thank you to everybody that did support and donate from the beginning of everything, when you started to donate, as well as doing the Save Carl stuff, because without you guys I really would have been in a severely horrible place. I would have been in severe trouble, and I probably may or may not have been streaming at this point now. So it is with your help that I have made it this far. I'm not Walter White. I am not selling drugs. I assure you all.
What about legal money?
All the money is legal. It's all good.
Legal tender. It's not from Shady Speed either.
It's already gone into fixing the debt. The debt has been erased and all that kind of stuff. So it's all
Right.
over. So I still have a little bit of extra cash available to myself to use for you guys. So I've been doing a lot of upgrades and stuff to kind of give back at this point now, because I've been using a lot of the donations and the subscription money to really just keep myself floating by. And I feel bad because like I really want to buy new stuff for you guys to play on the stream, have new games to be able to play, all that kind of stuff, because this is my passion, and this is one of my works that I do that keeps me going throughout the day. The only unfortunate thing that has been just keeping me down as of recent is just these allergies. If I can just fight this to be able to have energy fully back to myself, I really think that I could give my full all to making every stream as best as possible. But that
this also goes to YouTube too.
Yeah, so you guys on YouTube too. I mean, I didn't open that up because at the time I was in a thought that I didn't really think YouTube was going to happen again, but I'm so glad for also the support that's happened on YouTube as well. So I appreciate all of that. So that being said, I have two things that I have to give you guys. And if you'll direct if you'll direct your attention to center screen here.
Dinkelberg?
As I will now proceed to move lots of stuff out of the way.
My beautiful face. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, I guess I can scooch you over without having to be on the side like that. There, move yourself back in. Okay.
What's on the screen, eh?
This isn't gonna say no. Please bend over. Please bend in. There we go. Okay. Get my phone out of the way for you guys.
Crumbs.
It's yeah.
Just get air compressing.
So I had some cash available, and I decided to get some stuff for you guys that I thought you guys would find rather interesting. So I will start off with I'll say possibly the most decent stuff for last, but I acquired this.
Hold on, give me a moment to react. Ooh, Mario Party!
I was finally able to acquire this into my collection here. This will be for a certain event that is coming up. Hint, hint. But when will it be? I don't know yet.
Exclamation point Mario Party?
So,
who knows?
That's for sure one thing that's coming down the drain that you guys will be excited for. Go ahead and put this off to the side here. This came out of nowhere, honestly speaking, but I'm really excited to play these, and I'm actually going to take them out of their cases because you can't really see them inside their cases.
I'm sorry, my face is registering as uninterested. By the way, it's my resting face. Pardon me.
So I was able to acquire all 4 of these.
I'm a fan of those. I like those. TFP likes those too. I like those. Those are good games. I like them. I like those games. Those are games I like.
So I don't think I'll be playing these right away. The only reason I acquired them was because they were all 4 in a pack.
How much? So if you're willing to...
It was $100 to buy all 4 of them. And I looked up the prices and I compared everything and I was like, this is a really solid deal.
It is.
For all 4 of
them. I
them.
feel like Castlevania is kind of the harder series to find the physicals of.
Yeah, well,
especially 4. I don't see 4 a lot.
These 2 were probably the more expensive of the 2. This one's 40,
4 and
this
3.
one's also 40. This one's about 20, and this one's also about 20. So I saved about probably $30-$40 by grabbing the 4-pack right there. So that was why I kind of grabbed it. So what I've been thinking, alongside with this, which I've had for a while now, I think this would make a very, very fantastic October.
Hold on. Oh, I should have known. Of course.
Yeah.
I put Symphony of the Night on the music playlist, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
No, I didn't actually.
Big brain. Because he showed me some of those. I don't think he showed me Symphony of the Night, which I think is probably the one you'll probably enjoy the most.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones where I'm also like, I'd prefer that one over the digital one because they changed the voice actors. That's a very specific complaint, but
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, so this for sure is going to be I think this year's October theme for the most part. We'll probably do a few other games too in there, just like some. Oh yeah, we got Faith we got to do as well. Yeah, I hope it is. But yeah, I thought this was a really solid acquisition. I think this will make for sure for some fun down the road, or for some very much so anger from myself down the road. But at least all the games have passwords, so it's not like I'll be having to start from the beginning like, some games out there. Hint, hint, Spelunky.
But then what's the point? People wouldn't be hyped if you could just put in a password and fight Yama.
I suppose so. This is cheap, so I grabbed it. I don't know if anybody's all that interested in it, but it's there.
Probably not for stream. I think that's a free time game.
You know, it's kind of dumb because when I uploaded Kingdom Hearts 1, half that or some of that music is just copyrighted.
Yeah, Utada's got to make some bank.
Yeah, so I had to like just go in there and mute some of the video there, which is kind of silly in its own
So
right,
this is going to be a specific reason not to stream it, but that game is very divisive, and I feel like reading the comments about that in your chat constantly isn't going to be a good time. That's probably just my perception of it. Because I know a lot of people are like, it wasn't worth the wait, and I haven't played it either. So it's like, and Tom spoiled it for me.
Tom spoiled it for you. Wow, Tom.
It's not his fault. he was reblogging like spoilery things on Tumblr, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man. I said I was sorry." It's so funny.
And then the last thing that I have, I had one more that was coming, but it
Drop
it unfortunately didn't make it here on time, so that'll come at some point. But this is the last thing I wanted to do, and this is the more focus that I wanted to put into today.
Dun 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 dun.
So
dun, dun, dun,
this is the La Mulana 1 and 2 Hidden Treasures Edition, which we're going to do an unboxing video or unboxing episode with here, because there's lots of stuff to look at here. Because look at how thick this is.
Yo, man.
So I think this is gonna be something of interest here to look at. Yeah,
this is gonna be really fun after Spelunky because you're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
not really.
Much.
The gameplay is completely different, but you're still going through.
Yeah, you probably get to save or something in this game.
Oh yeah.
So, I feel bad every time I have to take something out of shrink wrap, but like.
Oh yeah, I'm not too much like that. Where it's like I don't keep my amiibo cards in the box. I'm not that kind of person, but it feels a little bad anyway.
So okay, now we gotta. This is also like surgery every time I do this kind of stuff.
Don't get twitchy.
So if you notice, if we can do a close up here, if you
that's
notice
so cool.
The ding right here. If this was Troy's copy, he would have said. He would have returned it because that's.
You know what you could do? Go to Troy's and swap the outer box.
So
what would he know?
So this is La Mulana guy, right? And this is La Mulana La Mulana 2, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
La Mulana 2's main character is a woman.
I know nothing about the game, so.
I believe.
Okay, so if we can just open.
But the art's cool. I really like the art.
All right, so.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
there's little animation or not animation, drawings and stuff. Yeah, that stuff.
Are those pins or is that just a nice drawing on there? It looks like a pin.
They're just drawings up top here.
Okay.
Okay, so we got the game. Just being there we go. So just throw that away.
Throw everything else out.
And then let's see what else we got here. We got a white square.
I like white squares. That's a rice cracker.
This is for you old folks. This is a CD. You play this. You put this into a disc drive, and it plays music, and it's great.
What the heck? What's that? What do you mean? There's no disc drive in the PS5.
What the heck? Oh, Hidden Treasures, the Tomb of La Mulana. That's what it says. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. It's a little blurry.
It can't see nothing. It can't.
Yeah. Okay, so it's got pictures. Yeah, it's like an art book, I guess, and it's got some information on each character. So it's kind of cool.
You might not want to go through all of that just because it might be spoilery. You know?
It might be spoilery. Yeah, you're probably right.
I did that on accident because I have the silver case 25th Ward one, and I was like, oh, this picture of a spoiler, picture of a dead character.
And then the last thing we got in here, I think, unless there's something else. Yeah, that's everything. I guess I'll just put this here. This is a jigsaw puzzle. I think it's only like 30 pieces, so I'd like to assemble this.
Right now?
Yeah. Well, if it's like 1,000 pieces, then no. But if it's like 30 or 40 pieces, then let's do it. You guys want to see a puzzle being assembled, right?
Okay, Carl. I have a clause. What? Put a timer.
What am I doing a speed run here?
Yeah. Remember we would do something like that. We'd do like a Lego building speed run.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that, didn't we?
Use of the pencil. That's
also,
a big brain.
Also, what's up, Rob? How are you doing today?
Ahoy!
Also, Chris is here. I don't remember if I said hi to Chris. I think I did. I don't think I did.
I did it on principle.
Okay, let's see how many pieces are really in this thing here. I think I opened it up from the bottom. Like a
Yeah, I won't tell anyone.
Now I bent the box.
Have you ever glued puzzle together? It'd be fun to hang up after you do that. There's a specific kind of glue I think you need.
Oh my god, this is a little bit bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh, that's not 30 pieces.
No, it's not. That's like 100.
All right, go. This is a great podcast.
Okay.
Quarter piece first. To the outside.
I'm trying.
Go. Come on, Professor Layton.
Okay, this is gonna take me forever.
Can't leave a puzzle unsolved. Be a gentleman.
Okay, there's a quarter piece. There's another quarter piece. I'm gonna need some more room here, so I'm gonna just move this out of the way.
I don't think we're gonna...
I thought it was smaller than that, but I guess not.
Like what you thought? You thought it was like those big gigantic pieces in like Mario Party?
What?
I thought I died. I thought I died. Oh, the music's stuttering though on my end. Oh well.
Okay, so now I got the full room here. Okay, got this.
All right, Carl. What can it be? What will it be?
I'm assuming it's this picture up front or on the right here.
No, that's a spoiler, man. Can you know what?
Look, I made a connection.
Man, you guys didn't think Carl was a pro gamer. You know what I want to do?
I made another connection.
We should both buy like a puzzle that's one color, like a pure color.
Oh, those are mean. Those are jerk puzzles.
And then whoever finishes first gets to kill the other one out.
Wow, that's so savage.
You know, in the old Yu-Gi-Oh, there's this really cool like gift thing where it is white. It's a white puzzle, but then after you like connect all of it, you can write something out on it, and then unattach all of it again. I remember because what was it? Tristan was about to Tristan had a puzzle made, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna give this to my crush, Yugi." And then the teacher finds it, and it's like, "Uh-oh, she's about to solve it." So then Yugi becomes the Yami Yugi, and then like murders her or something.
Wow, that's savage.
Do you not know that the first like season 0 of Yugi was about him killing dudes?
I know it was like not the most happiest season out of them all, but I never got a chance to actually watch it.
It's a good time. I wish Yu-Gi was Yu-Gi-Oh was kind of like that instead to a degree, where he's just like just murdering dudes. It was crazy. he lights a criminal on fire with a lighter. The spoilers.
Yeah, well, spoilers for the prequel. So what I'm doing right now is I am organizing all the edge pieces over here into the go zone, and all the.
Carl was asking me. He was asking me like, "Hey, should we cut down on the topics?" And I was like, "I don't know. How long are we gonna take?" I didn't think puzzle was part of that.
I told him we were doing a puzzle.
Did you?
Yeah. I said we're gonna do a puzzle on stream because it's what we do.
We have unboxing and stuff to do. Am I supposed to assume that stuff to do is puzzles?
But I said puzzles somewhere. I know I did.
I'm gonna control F puzzles.
So I guess while I'm finding the corner edging pieces or whatever.
The last time we talked about puzzle is when you were gonna do that. This is actually a blast to the past. This is when we were gonna do when you're gonna do the 20 whatever days of Christmas, Carlmas.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
You're gonna do a puzzle agent.
You know what? That didn't happen because my house flooded.
Every truth is revealed.
We started out so strong on that because I actually finished the game in one go that day, and then that didn't happen.
Anyway, yeah, you did not mention the puzzle at all.
I swear I mentioned the puzzle to you, and I was like, yeah,
I control F.
Okay. I think
I
this is all
search
the edge pieces. So yeah, I guess I can continue on here. So I have a couple things that are of interest to you guys that I think you will be more than interested to know. Gosh darn it! Just
Yes.
this piece right here and this piece right there. I think.
Careful not to hit the mic.
Yeah, I'm trying. So the first thing is that I'd like a couple suggestions of games that you guys were interested in me streaming, because I have the ability possibly to acquire them so I can bring them onto the stream. I also have a couple more pieces of equipment coming to enhance myself as far as doing more music, since I've been so far behind on that, as well as I have
Lighting stuff?
some new cables coming in that should help out the stream to make it much more prettier, I hope, and be able to stream more games, because I've been so unsatisfied, I guess, in a sense, with how
Without the visual acuity?
with how some of the consoles have been just kind of showing, in a sense.
Like the N64s, for example, going.
Yeah, kind of like that stuff. There's not something to fix that, unfortunately, but definitely in that ballpark of stuff.
Haven't people hard modded HDMI's onto the N64s?
Yeah,
or something?
I was looking into that kind of stuff, and I'm not sure about that yet, only because I feel, number one, I think it's a little too expensive to do, and number two, it's just a little too expensive to do.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I bought a cable myself. You reminded me. I bought another Ethernet cable, so there's going to be like two taped to the wall.
Okay, so this is the side right here.
So then we don't have that situation where you and TFP sat there watching me. Oh, my internet's not working for the PS4.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That was embarrassing.
So hopefully by the end of this week, I'll be rocking and rolling again with some new stuff and hopefully have a music box sometime by the end of, not this week, but maybe next week going. We'll see how that all goes out. So definitely, if you guys have a couple of suggestions of games that you want me to acquire, I will
Dark Souls 3.
More than look into acquiring those, because La Mulana was actually an idea I think Nove had that he wanted me to get, so I figure that
it was either Nove, me, or Chris, or Troy. I feel like they kind of blend in there.
Probably a combination of the four, honestly.
Because I think I only said it after someone else said it, because I do like the game. I think a lot of, it's hard to say, because I don't think, knowing the audience that we have, I don't think people would be interested in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Speaking of, though, I did help Johnny beat Dark Souls 3. That was kind of funny, because he was like, "Oh, that's it." And I was like, "Yeah, it was that's easy." I learned that the character scales with the weaker person too, so that was actually interesting. That I couldn't just be power,
so it's
power him through carry.
It's like Final Fantasy VIII then.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Is that right? No, that's not right.
My sister was asking me about Final Fantasy VIII, and I was like, it's a little more confusing than 9, I think. Even though I haven't gone through 9 much, I like...
I would probably agree with that.
I think triple triad's more easier to understand than quad bod. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, quad. Oh, quad mist. No, it's not quad mist. Yeah, something like that.
I don't really like the quad one too much, because they don't explain to you the numbers unless you find a secret document thing in one of the towns.
Is it? No,
Good Mon's a banger, and so is Dangerous Raid. I like that one. It goes dun 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 dun. Good job, Carl. I think you almost got the height done.
Possibly, maybe.
So this is basically just a free spitball. Kind of
Yeah, sure.
You should have told me that. Any other things that you want to ask people besides just game suggestions?
No, but I do have one more thing I wanted to announce to you guys. So, one more thing that I wanted to give back, and Speed doesn't know about this at all, and he's about to find out, and he's going to be very, very concerned. I decided that through the end of this month and everything that has been earned up through this month, it is all going to Speed Slasher.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
So everything from ad revenue to bits to subscription cash is going straight to you for help towards a new computer.
Stop it. Stop. No. Everyone cancel their subscriptions. Oh, man.
If everybody's been thinking about when to donate and why they should donate, That's probably a better enough reason to do so now than there's ever been before. So help this man. He needs a computer. He
I
badly
feel
needs a
bad because
computer.
you're just talking about economic strife, and I haven't really had that. So it's like, you know, oh no, Chris, go away, Chris.
So let's get this man a computer.
Oh, can I explain? Can I explain something real quick? This might destroy it, but you know how I have the webcam is attached to the laptop and it's 10 frames per second.
Yeah.
It's to have it at this angle. I can't pull it out. It's a binder and then 2 pillows. So if I could at least like justify what I would spend besides looking to a computer and then bashing my head how to understand what stuff to get, and then asking 50 people. Webcam's a good idea, I think.
I see personally. I think that the computer is just going to help out. Like, it's going to be an all help in that regard. Let me scoop there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't voice about the computer, but it's like, the fact that it takes 30 minutes to boot up my computer after restarting it is definitely a thing I could live without. So you know.
Yeah. So that's why he needs a new computer. Stat. So get to your donating going on. Please there. I am like.
I don't want to play Rust. You guys make it. You guys really get a heart attack from that. You guys tell me about some of the stuff that happens in Rust. Like, oh man, watch out! There's 50 people with armed weapons.
Yeah, it's a great time to play.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, come on, Speed, just get that turret going." I'm like, I don't understand. Why can't we just be diplomatic with them? offer a cherry branch or whatever.
This is 100 pieces. How can this be this? I'm missing pieces in this pile somewhere.
There you go.
I don't think it's gonna help.
If it's 100 pieces, that means it's 10 by 10. So there should be 10 by 9 by 10 by 9 by 7. Sorry, I'm not good at understanding the outside.
It should be a 10 by 10.
Because I'm just thinking about the outside. Like, how many pieces would you have to have on the outside? So there's 10, 10, and then 8, 8. So that would be 36. Oh no!
Unbelievable! Thanks for the bits, Keelan. Appreciate it. I'll make sure Speed is really appreciative of all those bits that you just gave him.
Oh, you do the math. Thank you. Just say you don't like feel like playing it, and they'll delay it. I know that's the problem. Because then I have that feeling of, oh man, well they helped me get this far, and then I'm a little nervous about playing it, you know. And then it's like, oh, what the heck, Speed, you know?
Yes, that's exactly what we say. We say, what the heck, Speed.
And then you know Carl will be surprised because I'll just send it right back, and it'll take 10 weeks. Carl sent me a payment like a long time ago, and that was that process real slow, but it's kind of understandable.
Yeah, I don't know why that process is so slow, but nonetheless, he did eventually get the payment, and life was good.
I sent Tim $10, and then like 2 weeks later, he received your. Oh, that was a long time. Man, the fact that I didn't know you were going to do a puzzle has been throwing me off. I don't know what to talk about. Let me drink some more coffee here.
I don't know if I'll continue this puzzle because it's being more challenging than I thought it was going to be.
You really think it was just 30 pieces?
I did. Like, I saw the demo picture on it, and I was like, oh, this is only just 30 pieces. This will be quick and easy. But lo and behold, I was completely wrong.
Completely wrong. Well, hold on. We're only like an hour in or so. Keep going. Our other topic won't take that long since you canceled the other one.
This is supposed to be up there. Okay, so this needs to go there. That's what we're looking at.
Man, it's like I'm really playing City Skylines again.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And that I'm not playing.
Okay, so that means
Carl, I have an idea. Blindfold yourself, and I'll tell you which piece you're holding goes where.
Oh yeah, that's.
All right, that goes somewhere. Like imagine latitude, longitude. That's like -3. On Minecraft, the XYZ.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't. It's not a good reason for a charity though. There's clearly other things that are worth contributing towards.
And I chose this one, so suck it up, Buttercup.
I don't. What's a buttercup anyway? Is it a
Like
flower?
It's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Dude, you're gonna kill me. I'm allergic.
But that's the beauty of it. It's not. It's not a speed slasher allergic one. So you'll be fine.
Oh, then it's nasty. It was just butter and. You know, I heard people put butter into coffee, and I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if that's Paula Deen behind the scenes or something, but I don't know. I see the butter can be sweet, so I'm just wondering. Maybe that'll be the next like Speed, Chris, and Kevin tries. Wait, I said Speed, Chris, and Kevin. Speed,
Yeah,
Chris, and Carl.
I'm like, I'm like, I'm not a part of this thing.
Now you are. It's a keto diet thing, or a keto thing. Okay. You know, I sometimes I confuse what keto means, like ketoacidosis, ketamine.
Ketamine.
Oh, that's ketamine. It was ketamine now. Oh man, this is what happens when I'm not like even thinking about nurse stuff for like a year. I feel I've lost everything. Man, you're just looking for that connector piece.
I think I got it. This puzzle is just too long. It's just too long.
You know, that's the best part. Where are you gonna put it since you're not gonna finish it?
Well, I'm just gonna pack it up when I'm done with it.
So undo everything you just did.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the point? Why do we do this?
That's because that's the fun of a puzzle. You do it and then you pack it up when you're done. And then you start a new
Well,
one.
some people, like I just said, glue it and hang it. It's gonna hang. I need to hang stuff up. Honestly speaking, I haven't spent my break working around the house besides vacuuming and sweeping and cooking. Ah, jeez.
Is that right? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm feeling it. This puzzle is almost complete. Is this an any percent run?
Yeah, dude. Got it.
How would an any percent puzzle look like? Just like that? Is that done? Is that...
Yeah.
There's this really cool dude. He speed runs Ninja Gaiden. In fact, he has like the lowest run time possible, and he's taken in like how many, like 21,000 attempts at it. And he recently uploaded burrito speedrun.
Burrito speedrun.
Yeah, he has like what do you call it, the splits for like each like thing you put into burrito. So he just it takes him 14 seconds. That dude's great. He started like just looking like this normal teen dude, and he suddenly became like a Bob Ross looking cowboy. His name is Arcus.
Arcus.
I'd suggest looking him up because he's great. He's great. Never before have I watched a speedrunner so calming to watch. Normally they're like, normally they look like Buster.
Normally they look like Buster. Okay, I think this piece goes down here.
At least get the outline then.
Yeah, that's what I think I'll probably do. But yeah, so that's been it's been a very interesting week when I just walk to my bank account, look at my bank account, and it's like, oh, there's everything that I need in order to pay off my debt right now.
I'm telling you, it was shady. Finally sold enough of that wake up shake up.
Yeah. No. Where does this?
What are you talking about? I gave you everything you needed.
Is this like longer than it should be?
I've only watched one other person on stream do a puzzle. I think it was Liam from Rising Superstar Liam, and after he completed, he threw it on the floor.
That's some rage there.
No, it wasn't rage at all. It was just plopped on the floor and laughed. I was like, oh man, what a fun 4 hours.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh.
So what next? Are you gonna do IKEA building?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
For the next like stream setup thing that you need?
Maybe if you're lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah, dude.
Well, also with your money, you could buy those expensive Lego sets.
No.
You know, like the Death Star or whatever.
As cool as those might be, no.
My favorite thing is when someone handed Harrison Ford like one of those completed, it's not the Death Star, it's the one that is a triangle. What is that one? The Star Destroyer, the thing you move.
I think it was a Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, it was a Millennium Falcon. He just drops it, just goes oops.
Yeah, it wasn't even a drop. He purposely just broke it.
Yeah.
$300 or $400 Lego kit.
I would be devastated if not for the fact that was probably, a skit planned. I'm not too sure about the backstory behind that.
That's the problem we were having there. Okay.
That was wrong. Now it's right. Oh yeah. Oh. Did it connect?
We're almost there.
Nice on.
Actually, I'm going to carefully spin this sideways because then we'll be able to... Oh, I just dropped a piece.
Oh man, Carl, what are you doing? You're losing time here. Jeez. I didn't think today would be watching you do puzzle delayed. This is a good podcast. And that it's barely a podcast. You have to be looking.
Yes, I did. I totally dropped a piece.
That's probably the best thing about our podcast. It's not a podcast for the most part.
Yeah, well, that's the fun of it.
And then you don't watch it. Well, actually, it's not. You don't watch it. It's like a light suggestion. Hey, don't watch it, man. No, yeah, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Meanwhile, maybe I should be playing Tetris or something. Let's see what can happen first. Can Carl finish his the sides, or can Speed do 100 lines in Tetris?
Okay.
I don't know. I pulled up my DS. I was about to actually do that.
So this should be these last few pieces here that need to connect.
Hopefully. Oh man, now this is a good song. How audible are the songs for the listeners? I have to assume not that high. Actually, it's more for us. Carl?
Well, no, it should be pretty low. Everybody should be able to hear.
Okay. Because I listened to one and it was like I can't hear the music at all, and I'm just going like to like silence.
There, look at that.
Whoa. You could almost make out nothing.
Now comes the harder part.
What do you mean?
You gotta fill it all in here.
Can I? Oh, hold on. hold on. Real quick, I got an idea. Here we go.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing, boss.
Yeah, I've done a puzzle once or twice before where I was like, we have to build it before I can take it home and buy it. Such an awkward
Never heard
process.
of that. Hold on.
Are you actually loading up Tetris?
No. All right. Will he notice that I'm gone? You're doing great, Carl.
Yeah. I am doing great. I'm making super progress here.
Oh no, I didn't think you were actually gonna fill in the middle. Devastated. It'll be a good time, Speed.
Are you saying you're not having fun?
You know, I think looking at the poo-poo water was funner. In City Sky.
Are you saying that's not fun either?
There's a lot on the
Speed, you
my
can't get,
guest appearances
you can't,
where I'm left to not do anything.
you can't get out of getting money from us.
Oh.
You could try, but you can't.
I'll make sure when I get the computer, I'll start funneling money back to the Hexagon economy. I just don't do a lot of digital purchases either. Normally, I have yeah.
Normally you have
Yeah. Shady Speed buy it for me.
So does that mean your sister's actually Shady Speed?
Yeah.
So we're making progress up here at the top.
Careful, don't drop that. Don't spill that on the thing. That's dangerous. That's a prime box that you might spoil with water damage.
Okay, what is this part of? Is this the rim of this hat?
Carl's actually living up to the podcast name for once.
Wow. I thought this would be fun and exciting. We go open up the box and look at all the stuff. And you guys are just like, no, this dumb.
Well, because the box part was like 2 minutes. the puzzle is long. Apex that.
But look at this progress that I'm making. It's great progress.
I mean, I suppose.
Lime Green, you have missed a lot of stuff. You should go back and watch probably, 10, 15 minutes ago? To the part where I said that all proceeds that get donated this month are going directly to Speed Slasher. Oh, wait, never mind. I just said that out loud. So, yeah, help Speed out. He's a great guy. We're trying to get him a new computer. Wow, that just fit. Okay. Are you having fun?
You asked me if I was earlier. You guys really test my ability to be entertaining.
Chris wants us to play a song. What song does he want us to play?
I'll check. What is it? Jiggy Wiggy's Challenge. No.
All right. I'll hold off on the rest of this puzzle until later. We can finish it.
Oh boy! After the break, we get to watch more of this, folks. You did get good progress, considering that's probably like 30%.
Yeah, something like around there. give or take. I don't actually know off the top of my head how much. Well, I guess I can count the pieces and see where we're at.
Oh yeah, let's spend time counting.
Well, it's 10, 20, 8, 36.
36. So I was right. Boom.
So probably around 40% actually.
Genius. What is this song? It sounds like oh, it's Final. I haven't really listened to Final Fantasy IX soundtrack.
But Speed, Final Fantasy IX soundtrack is renowned as
I'm
the best soundtrack
starting the game.
Mr. Yamata describes. How could you know?
I don't know. Have you listened to all the Final Fantasy soundtracks?
I've listened to a majority of them.
I kind of wanted to know the context of these songs, so that's why I kind of staved away from listening to most of them.
No, I didn't have a dad playlist. But...
what's a dad playlist?
Well, for like
Send to the father for 10 hours. Whoa.
Okay, so we'll come back to the puzzle after the podcast here and finish it up, but I figure we'll get a good start on it just for the sake of something interesting and unique. So yeah, all right.
I was just playing it up, by the way.
So to recap and re-summarize, thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for helping me in my time of need. Aside from my allergies, which I hope to get cleared up as soon as possible, it should be clear horizons from this point. Minus
New Horizons?
Minus the pandemic going on, but that'll hopefully pass at some point soon. But aside from that...
Yes.
I have almost diminished or deplenished all my water.
Here, take some of mine. Drink up, bro.
This is a remix. What are you doing, Speed?
Oh no, it's from the 1 and 2 thing, so it's fine.
No, it's the remix though.
So it's not Civil Gunner. Look at this. This is cool, isn't it? This is good.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take a word from our sponsor while we take a very quick break here. This is Speed's week this turn, so.
Shoot.
Do you want some music that specializes in what you're talking about?
Sure. Take a long time looking it up. Chris is here. I was gonna joke. I was thinking about joking, and it's like, hey guys, look what I have on sale. Chris's 3DS. I was like, no, I know it's an actual serious thing. I can't find it.
Chris, I thought you had 2.
But he's really looking for the one that has the goodies on it, right? Well, I don't even know if he has 2.
I could have sworn he had 2 of them.
It has Yokai Watch 3 in it.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm looking for a funny thing to advertise. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and pause the music. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, maybe.
Nope, that's not right. That's wrong. That's what I wanted. Okay, go for it.
Have you wanted to get... Wait, did it play? I can't hear music.
Oh, do you want me to... Oh, okay. Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah, forget it. Have you wanted to get good at music, but don't have the money to spend on a college tuition that might put you in debt for a while, or anything like that? Well, come visit us at Speed and Carl's Music Emporium, where we will only teach you, I'm pointing, recorder only. This is the only instrument that you'll need anyway. Carl is a tutor here at our Emporium. Can you hit us with the lick?
Oh.
Boss?
Now you're actually challenging me here.
Hey, I did it, right? That was it.
Oh my god.
How did Speed do it? I took lessons at Speed and Carl's Music Emporium.
This might take a second.
Oh, seriously? There we go. You could learn more than the lick. You could learn the Titanic theme. You could learn. No, that's all you could learn.
Oh wow, that's terrible, awful.
But it takes 10 weeks to learn that. Like I didn't even practice beforehand. That's how good the lessons are. How much is our lessons, Carl?
9
cents.
No, just 9.
A minute. 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 minutes. People. So with that, you also get Ocarina Lessons as well from me.
I don't have an ocarina, so that's true.
Join now. Is that what they say?
Yeah, something like that.
Thanks for living. When is our ocarina due? Do you actually have a? No, of course you have an ocarina.
I don't.
No, I'm saying Brian. Can I do the lick on this? Wait. That's not it.
You have to learn how to half hole. You got a half hole. So find a note and then just hover your finger half over it. That's a screech. That's a child has just died. You're doing it wrong.
Let's move on. I think I did a good effort, all things considered.
Okay, so now that we're done with that segment, which I'm gonna get.
We've had good segments today.
I'm gonna get a stern talking to from Mr. Slasher here afterwards.
Did you not work on?
So we're gonna move on now to our bottom 10 list.
What do you mean stern talking to? Did you put things I liked on it?
No. I'm just saying that I'm gonna hear after the podcast. You're gonna be like, "What the heck, man?" So
I don't. I'm worried now.
That's probably all I'm gonna hear.
All right. So this bottom 10. Oh.
Since I've been talking, I'll go ahead and let Speed explain.
All right. Dang it. I opened my list and number 10 is timely. Number 10 is my computer. We just talked about it.
Folks, please donate so we can get this man a better computer.
So I can talk about the specifics. Sometimes the USBs don't work, as you saw on Monday. Sometimes, well, the keyboard is this. It's not even attached. Sometimes Paint.net crashes, and I feel like that's actually not Paint.net's fault. That's like the computer's fault for being stupid. What else? There's other dumb things I hate. It takes 40 hours to render a 1-minute video that I uploaded the other day. And all things considered, I don't like it, but it's also like family at the moment. I did name this computer Silver Brother.
The Apple?
No, this is my the Apple has a keyboard still.
Oh,
this one doesn't. Can I show you? Is that no? That's my pants. Never mind. But you trust me.
I'm trusting you.
Trust me. I'm wearing pants too. All right, number 10.
So I think my list is for sure done. I just think it would be better to go. We'll have you do all of yours, and I'll do all mine.
Okay. Number 9, rhyming with he. I don't know why I don't like it. It's like how Strong Bad doesn't like na na hey doo doo doo. I don't like. Oh boy, do you see he that I have a key. GG, no re, come on, get more creative. Number 8 is static cling.
Static cling?
My dryer for some reason didn't have it at home, but now here it's like I gotta use it, and like sometimes the stuff goes like and I don't like it.
Oh.
Number 7, you might really appreciate this one. People not using their turn signal.
Yeah, I do. I would appreciate that one. Yeah, that's.
I really don't like that. You're making the workers who like have to spend hours putting the lights in, you know, feel sad. It's like they go home to work and then their spouse is like, what's wrong, Jerry Seinfeld or something? And it's like, well, I don't know why it's Seinfeld. Well, they didn't want to use their signals, so my life's kind of worthless, and something like that. I don't know. It's annoying because I think it's also it's clearly putting people at risk too.
Yeah.
Because they're too cool to signal. Number 6 is Final Fantasy 13. When I was making this list, I was thinking of putting Final Fantasy 13 as 6. Final Fantasy 13 2 is set at 5, and then Final Fantasy Lightning Returns is 4.
Wow, man. Savage.
I know. I don't like the game. It's kind of just on there because I don't know. I feel like it's I don't know. They just didn't do it right for me. I can respect if you're a fan of 13. I know there's fans of that. 5, wearing shorts, tank tops outside. This is me. Not anyone else. I just don't like it's too much skin. You might notice whenever I'm on the screen, I'm wearing a jacket or a long sleeve. Hello, Dolly. Oh, I said that weird, didn't I? I didn't like this. Let's keep moving. Number 4, videos that are critical of something that are longer than an hour.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like, Mario Odyssey kind of sucked, and it's like a 3-hour video. If you want to be critical of something, be more succinct. There's this one person who was like, "Oh, I didn't like Joker too much," and it was like the movie, and it was like 20 minutes, and then these 3 like smelly dudes were like, our response to this one YouTuber not liking the Joker movie, and it was like 7 hours. They got 7 hours of content, and I'm like, bro, uncool. Number 3, okay, this one, unlike Final Fantasy 13, I deplore these games. David Cage games. There's I think it's the director. I think it's David Cage himself that makes these games bad, but it's a lot of poor writing and bad themes. Altogether, it just wraps up, and it's like this thing that's trying to say something, and it doesn't. Number 2, wasting food. I hate that. Especially like I think it started around middle school when like people would just leave their lunch out and it's like, okay, I'm full, and then they just leave it on the table. Like, at least hide it from me so I don't get upset. And like even I think this turned into a mentality of, if there's food that I buy, I try to as hard as I can to finish it, or at least take the leftovers home. Because there are some people who are like, well, I enjoyed what I wanted out of the price, so I don't need the leftovers. And I'm like, come on, don't waste food. But I know that there's also people who are like, well, I'm not gonna eat the leftovers, and I'm like, just give it to me. That's how I think anyway. And number one, this one's serious, okay? The other ones were kind of jokey, right? Mm-hmm. Come on, Carly, give me feedback. Number 1 is Johnny. I hate his guts.
All right, so that was a lie.
Number 1 is Johnny. He stinks. He made me play Dark Souls 3.
I mean, I can understand because you guys obviously haven't finished Super Mario Galaxy.
You bring this up. It's like, how do you want me to go about doing this? You want me to give him like my streaming software so he can figure out how to do it, and then be in the background? He's the one playing it too.
Yeah. Darn it, Speed! We want afternoon casuals.
I mean, go find him. Go find him and then I don't know, sterilize him or something.
So is that actually your number one?
Yeah.
Wow.
I put honorable mention. I did put overt cynicism. I had other ideas, but I was like, well, maybe some of these are too serious. Like, I didn't want them to be too serious. Besides Johnny, I had to preface there. Yeah, very serious. Carl's number one is Troy. Hey, don't spoil it.
Troy's not even on my list. Calm down.
He wishes he was on the list.
All we get from the afternoon casuals is overlays and sunsets.
Well, isn't that cool? Don't people like a good JPEG?
Yeah. Sure.
Then that's why I'm here. Okay, that took a lot shorter than I thought it would. Maybe yours are more comprehensive.
I suppose they may or may not be. Who knows?
You said I would hate yours. Am I on your list?
Number 10 is fire speed. Number 9 is fire.
Wait, why do you hate? Why do you hate
fire speed? Because it's ridiculous, man. You work for my company, and every day I have to fire you.
Well, that's not. That's like a personal problem, man.
No, that's an honorable number 11 mention.
Sorry, do you know number like 11 on mine would be like when my hair gets too long, like it is now, and I keep touching it. I'm sorry, half of the stream has been me touching my hair.
Stop it. Okay, so coming at number 10.
Thank you, Stormbat.
Is there is nothing more frustrating than a slow car in a video game. Like I people deal with traffic enough in life, okay? I don't need to go into a video game and have traffic. Wow, thanks for the subscription, Brian. I appreciate it so much. You're just simply unbelievable. By the way, did you know that all subscriptions, bits, and anything else are getting donated to Speed Slasher this month? So appreciate that happening, man. It's good. It's good of you to do. Speed's gonna have that new computer in no time. Thanks for everything, guys. Okay.
I feel like a tool. But yeah, you know what game kind of has slow cars? Like Lego Racers 2. That's such a pull, but I was just thinking about it the other day. How Lego Racers 2 is so slow compared to 1.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like, I need to, you know, I want to go fast.
Like jalopy?
That jalopy was kind of frustrating. I'm not going to lie how slow that car was. I mean, it's supposed to be about the experience, but like, oh my God, there were some times that car drove me up the wall. Pun intended. Because like, you'd get to a hill and it's like, all right, we're not going to make it. The car is starting to roll back because it doesn't have enough power. I don't know what to do, but you know, that's
feels good, doesn't it?
All right. Coming in at number 9, dishes.
Like,
I hate doing them.
Oh, I thought you meant satellite dishes.
Dude, I hate the dishes so much, okay? I will clean a toilet. I will clean many things. I'll clean the car. I'll wash the dog. I'd even be willing to repair some plumbing. I hate dishes.
I do dishes a lot more often now. That
if I don't have a dish, if I don't have a dishwasher, heads are probably going to roll.
Just have me do it, dude. I'll do it.
the problem I have with dishes is that like I feel like they have to be like sparkling clean, otherwise they're unacceptable.
Yeah, I lick them clean.
So I like spend like an hour and a half doing the dishes when I have to, because they frustrate me that much.
Oh, because you're a perfectionist. Okay, I see your angle now.
So it's I don't like them. The dishes could just no, bad. I hate dishes.
What I do is I soap them, I leave them out, and then after I've soaped all of them, I go and wash them. I know some people do it differently. Depends on the culture, I think, too.
Yes.
Because we don't fill up the sink with the hot water. I know I feel like that's an American thing or something. I don't know.
All right. Coming in at number 8. Unbelievable! Oh, thanks for the bits, Brian. Appreciate it. Yeah, Speed appreciates it too. You're just simply unbelievable.
Thank you, Brian, for bits.
Look, Speed, we're at like, I don't know, $6 today. I'll be there in no time.
Stop it.
Okay, so coming in at number 8, dark chocolate. People make me try and believe that I'll ever like it someday. They like almost force it down my throat. I hate it. I hate dark chocolate. It's not okay. Please stop thinking that I'll ever like dark chocolate. It bothers me. I'm never gonna like it. It's
a watch
good.
together, Chris. That's the noise, the pop. I think since I'm okay with bitter stuff, that I'm okay with dark chocolate myself.
I know it's healthier for you, but I don't need it to be healthy.
If you're gonna eat chocolate, why go over the healthy thing?
Yeah, like I could just not eat chocolate, and that's what I'm basically doing as it is. So I don't need chocolate.
So Carl, then you could actually eat white chocolate because it's not chocolate.
I suppose that's true, but it's probably more laced with sugar than the other two combined. So, number 7, road trips. I always feel sick every time I go on a road trip. It's never a good time.
Are you ever the driver?
If I'm the driver, then I'm okay. But if I'm the passenger, then it's not okay. I much so prefer flying anywhere than driving. It
seems like you really don't like jalopy.
It's just much more satisfying to just get there as quickly as possible. And
you don't like full cars, you don't like road trips. This is jalopy.
Yeah, I have some returning anger from that game that just surfaced out of nowhere. It's been on my mind for a while. I apologize. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it's something about going on an 8-hour road trip and getting out of that car, and it's like, God, why is this not over yet? And then the worst part is that, like, you have to like road trip back home, so then it's worse because like then nobody wants to be in that car and everybody's upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, and then it smells bad.
No, that's a bad idea, Chris. Let's not do that.
I'll do it.
Okay, Speed has agreed to do it, so it's up to Speed now.
I'll have a trucker hat on and I'll be like, "Hey, partner." I went from trucker to cowboy. I'm sorry.
Number 6, allergies. Boy, I hate allergies. I wish they'd go away. It's a problem. I hate sneezing my brains out and just feeling like death, doom, and destruction on an every other day basis. I like recording videos for you guys, and I like having energy to record videos for you guys. I hate when allergies take over and make it so that I can't sleep or anything like that, so I don't have energy to make videos and, like, you know, stuff. Even now, I feel like crap, but, you know, I'm making it happen. I'm trying my best to get through this. But I hate allergies. They need to stop. I like feeling good. And I think
do you have that one friend who's ever like, man, I never get sick or I never have allergies? Tim is that guy. And I was like, man, wow, powerful. Because I've never actually seen him sick. I've always seen him at school. So he's like, his immune system is like, I don't know, science has got to steal his DNA or something.
Yeah, not really. Most of the time, most friends I think have always been just on-off sick.
Right. I think for lately, whenever I'm sick, it's in time with you, but that hasn't been the case lately, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's like you at one point you had like your ears clogged, and I was like, yeah, mine too, but that's not sick. But then there's another part where I think that was when Chris and Evan and I played Fortune Street, when you told me, oh, it's fine, you're sick, it's funny. I remember that. I'm holding that against you in my afterlife.
It's gonna haunt you as a ghost.
Yeah, like in Spelunky.
For playing Fortune Street.
But I was sick. But then again, I realized before that stream, I went to eat out with my friend. I went to eat out with Johnny.
Didn't you win?
No, I lost.
Oh.
I haven't won online with you guys ever.
Yeah, you have.
No, I got second.
Oh.
A couple times.
could have swore you won at least one or
Nah,
two.
nah, bro.
What are you even doing then?
Shaka.
Well, now we can't play Fortune Street because I don't have a Wii to actually run it. And
Well, remember, we're gonna get the Wii. Oh, let's get on.
okay, so this is, yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay. Number 5. Boy, I hate debt. I'm so glad I have this debt gone now. But I hate debt. There's nothing more disappointing than like getting donations and stuff from you guys, and it's like, oh, there it goes into, you know.
But now it's going again.
Yeah, now it's going again. So
Number 0, getting money from friends.
Yeah.
Chris is like, here's the game, man. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
So now I get to receive money from you guys and then give it to Speed Slasher. Yeah, woo, yeah. Yes, Dolly. I highly recommend that you should have been here at the beginning, Dolly. Come on.
Me too. I'm sorry. I wasn't here at the start. I wasn't in character.
We had a really exciting first half here, and you missed out on that. And that explains a lot of stuff. But to sum it up, all proceeds that get donated through this month go to Speed Slasher. So donate now. Donate with pride and donate with a purpose. But yeah, that is horrible. I don't recommend it. I'd recommend you just get out of it as quickly as possible, and it'll be a great time had by all. Moving on. Number 4. Are you gonna be okay over there? I think he's dead, guys. Speed, are you still with us? Yep, he's broken. We lost him. If you're looking for a job at Hexagon Inc., please write to us at please don't email this podcast at gmail.com saying I am better than Speed in every single way possible, and I'd rather have the money than Speed.
Zork said that. He was the only one who sent an application.
Number 4. I think this is one that everyone can agree with. Cold food that is sat for too long.
Yeah. There's only a couple foods I can eat cold after it's not warm.
Guys, let me tell you, like, have you ever ordered a pizza and then, like, someone's late and you feel bad for digging in and you have to wait, and then when they finally get there, then you go and eat that pizza and it's not hot anymore, it's just warm? Or
my sister does that. Like, I cook her something and I'm like, eat! And then she's like, no, I'm doing my dailies. I'm like, come on! What the heck?
But, okay, so you guys say that cold pizza is good, but would you eat cold pizza
cold,
not having hot pizza first? That's the question. Like, you order a pizza from your favorite pizza place, and you have to eat it cold. Unbelievable! Oh, thanks for the bits, Lime Green. Appreciate it. You're just unbelievable. Because that's my problem. See, I don't mind cold pizza if I'm expecting to have it cold. But if I was expecting to have it hot and it becomes cold, that's when I have a problem with it. Because hot food that becomes cold is dumb.
Reheating it also is a little different than just having it as it was warm. I agree with that aspect.
Yeah.
This is higher on the list than debt.
Because it's a more serious problem than debt.
Okay. This must be the yelling at you're expecting from me after.
Okay, all right. Number 3, Grudge Warriors for PlayStation 1. It's an absolutely awful game. Don't play it.
Was that the one you played on the garage garbage games or something?
Yes, and it
didn't work.
It didn't even do anything. Like, I played it, I beat up everything, and the game was like,
awful.
Thank you. I didn't even.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can somebody clip that? That was amazing.
Awful.
But yeah, it's a really bad game. Don't.
You know what's funny? That game that you didn't even have the proper periphery for, I think it was that flight simulator game, that worked even more. So You didn't have the instruction guide, and I think it needed like a controller, like a specific one, but you were still able to play it. So
I think I like barely made it work, but you know. But that's different because like that's just different.
different.
Okay. We're
I'm
getting
glad we
on
both
to,
put 2 games on, or put a game on there.
now we're getting to the more serious ones here. Nuts and bolts is not on the list. Number 2, the flute. I
You don't like
can't
the flute?
play it.
Oh,
I'm very bad at it, so therefore I have to hate it. And as a low brass player, I also have to hate it.
I thought you meant like the sound, because of...
No, I'm talking about the instrument itself.
Okay, that's the answer, right? For that one time you had like that quiz, I forget one, but you're like, what's the one instrument Carl can't play? Was it flute or was it saxophone?
It was flute. I can't
Okay, it
play
was
a flute. No, not the flute.
The flute.
I
That,
hate the.
he already
I hate
had
the flute.
allergies on the list. He's not gonna put, you know, diets.
I don't know. Like I took a class on the flute and like I just couldn't figure it out. I just was a disaster at it.
There's, I feel like it's not. It's one of the not easiest ones to learn. I'm assuming.
Flautist is an incorrect word. It's flutist. They play the flute, not the flout.
Nah, because they got a lot of clout, so they're flautists.
I can't play the flute. I'm bad at it.
when can we get a stream of that? Do you have a flute?
I'd have to look for it, but yeah. Well, the thing is that with woodwind instruments, you have to service them. Otherwise, stuff goes bad on them, and they become like unhealthy to play.
You
and
pull it
that's not
out,
a good
it's
idea.
rusty.
It's not even so much. They don't really rust. They just it's the pads and
yours.
stuff in them. So like those go bad, and then like they shred apart, and then they you try to breathe into it, and then you inhale stuff. There is a contrabass flute. It looks like a 4. It's
what?
great. Like it literally just goes whoop, and then it goes whoop, and then it goes whoop, and then this part over here is the mouthpiece.
You did a reverse 4. You did a reverse.
You get the point. You get the idea. And then okay, so now we come to the number one on the bottom 10 list is a tie.
Tie. The
A
Tasmanian tiger.
No, it's a tie between 2 things here.
2 things.
It's a classic.
Memes.
It's a breakfast classic. Coffee and donuts.
You just said about you.
Never before has there been such a more horrible combination as coffee and donuts to put together. I hate donuts and I hate coffee. And I can't stand them both.
Did you hear
together.
that acceptance that I just did? I was like, could you just said a bad word. Could you donate 25 bits to me?
No, I've just always hated coffee.
I've grown to enjoy coffee. I mean, it's not, I feel like I'm okay with both coffee and tea, so I can't say I have a preference. Although, I do like milk tea more than brewed, like just normal tea. Sorry.
Rob, I'm not scared of you. I hate coffee and donuts. That's just the fact of it.
How many bits can we get for Rob to fight Carl on stream?
Was that the charity event? Rob
That's
and
the next
Carl
one.
the fight just to
Tussle with the muscle.
the
Unbelievable.
the computer fight-a-thon. Thanks for the bits, Brian. You're unbelievable.
Hey, if you get lucky, you could find $3 gas stations and drive all the way across. We're getting more into the.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for the bits, Keelan. You're unbelievable.
All right, now we can support like maybe 2 miles of car. What's the other? Oh, are they both tied? I thought there was another.
No, that's it. Unbelievable. No, that's
So who had the better top 10 list or bottom 10?
Who felt that they really put their heart and soul into figuring out what they really hate in life? Oh, okay.
Well, I admittedly just said I don't have enough time, or I didn't think mine through as well as I thought I did. All right, go.
All right, let's see what happens here. Oh God, I win! So for you guys that are watching YouTube, in my stream, there is a command where you can fight people in a one-on-one duel. It's just complete and total random luck. I have to recover.
We coward?
I can't. I gotta recover.
Nah, man. I'm guerrilla tactics.
So Rob has so nice as to attack me, and I attack back.
So nice. How nice of.
So I feel that I'm the victor today. It was great. But yeah. Wow, you beat up Dolly.
Hey, I'm sometimes powerful.
All right, so I think that's the end of our bottom 10 list, unless we have
anything you guys don't have that you like.
Yeah, in the YouTube comments below, post your own bottom 10 list so we can read them.
And if they're all Carl and 01, then you get a prize.
No.
You'll get in timeout.
Yeah, you'll definitely get in timeout, that's for sure. But Speed will be fired as well.
Oh, what else is new? You're lucky that's not on my bottom 10. That's on my bottom 34.
See, we're gonna call this the fun Speed severance package charity.
Okay.
Right, so my understanding is that we actually have some emails today.
Check out my cool phone case. My cool phone case. I'm gonna be looking at some of our sponsors, guests' emails. If anyone just sent one right now, this is the deadline to be having. Oh, there's a lot from Mr. Son Brian. Let's start off here. We got 4 now.
We got 4 emails. Okay.
So this is from our good friend One Red Two Blue.
Okay.
From Digital.
Thanks for sending us an email, One Red Two Blue. We always appreciate you at the Carl 101 show live.
So unfortunately, there's no Dear Speed Slasher and Carl or anything like that. And the title of the thing is Question. There's a V instead of a U.
Oh, okay.
Was there anything that was invented that you thought was invented either much earlier or much later? Sincerely, One Red Two Blue 4.
There was something that
there's a lot of games that we think are done later than earlier. Like there's a lot of games that came out in the 80s.
But those aren't really inventions. I think it's talking more of like the automobile or something like that. What was I just thinking of that was like I thought this was invented much later, but I didn't realize it was invented earlier.
Twilight.
Mint was like a number 12.
They said Mint.
I have to think about that one actually.
2018 Ford Focus.
Wow.
I mean, like what do you call it? Like basketball games. Like, oh, look at this 2021, and then it's not even 2021 yet.
Yeah, they're trying to be ahead of the game. That's
I'm glad they added faster credit card transactions. That was really cool for them.
I don't know.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'd have to think about for sure.
Popcorn? I feel like popcorn is a later thing, but it's not probably. That's one of the things I was just thinking of.
Yeah, I guess rocket technology is always interesting to see how old that actually is in a sense. I mean, I guess like it really flared up in the 60s, but I feel like rockets were kind of a thing already prior to that, much earlier. Like the technology and thought was there. I mean, like jet engines were kind of in that same regard, and I think were a much earlier process than the stuff that went like the Saturn V. Speaking of that, I saw a guy with a license plate that said Saturn V on it. I was like, that's a cool guy.
Cool guy.
But yeah, but I guess when you think about even the airplane, when you think about the airplane, I think that really came out as a thing right around the same time the car was invented. So
Just
So
about? I don't know. Man, I did an essay on the brothers. I don't
so
remember any. That was
let's,
third grade though, so
I judge the first flight is when they first as the first ever successful airplane, which is December 17th, 1903. The first
we're hooked on it.
car was technically in like 18 something. Let's see here. The Benz patent 1886. So I mean, it was only about 15 years later. 15 20 years later. So I mean, but even so, like cars didn't really become a straight thing until, or just a mainline thing until 1908 or something like that. So like those both rolled out like ASAP. It took planes obviously a little bit longer to get out than cars, but they were definitely around the same era, I think, because the Model T was the first car in America in a sense. That was a thing, and everybody hated it.
And then the Thunderbird. And then the Thunder.
So, yeah, I would go with that. That's my answer for that one. Planes.
I just looked at Brian's do not questions. I'm skipping that.
So what's the next question?
This one is from a Mr. Christmas 95. QOTD, which stands for question of the. Would you guys consider doing streams where you teach chat your craft? For example, Carl Teacher teaching music theory, or Kevin doing overviews of drawing tips and tricks. It'd be really neat, especially since I know nothing about music theory in particular, and Carl is probably passionate about it, and my friend Gavin is into art and would find drawing stuff particularly helpful. After all, online classes are all the rage these days. No sincerely or dear.
Wow.
We appreciate the. Carl hates music.
So I've always been under this philosophy that you really need to have an instrument in order to learn music theory. Like you need to go out there and. So the answer probably for that is probably more towards a possible no. Because like I don't think you need to be like you don't have to like spend years and years on playing your instrument. Just like when you get an idea of how an instrument just kind of works and you're able to start like putting songs together, only then I think music theory begins to make more sense to the person that wants to learn it. Because if I just teach straight up music theory to somebody that's just never played an instrument or never is going to be attempting to play an instrument, I feel like it's going to be not as recessive as a person that doesn't, because even composers and even like conductors, they both play instruments too, or they have at some point played an instrument,
right?
And they usually still do. I mean, like it's just their main job is conductor or composer, but you still gotta play your music in order to understand it and enjoy it. So it's like a yes and a no. I don't know.
So, well, what about talking about your approach to music and stuff like that? How you go about that, and kind of like do a behind the scenes on music boxes or something, or like
that would be very interesting to do. I am kind of unorthodox when it comes to doing music, I guess, because I do it very different than probably most people do it. I probably do it very not as productive probably as most people do it, but at the same time, like part of my issue is that I am one person that when I do that kind of stuff. So I as a general thought, you really shouldn't mix your own music ever. Like it's not frowned upon in the sense of like people won't respect you for it. It's just more of it's better to have a second opinion looking it over, and the second opinion really, because like I'm a person that will say that all of my stuff is complete and total garbage, and I will just basically just slash at myself at how much I hate myself for it. But that's where a second person that mixes the music will be able to critically assess what the musician is doing, and be able to, number one, come up with proper criticism for everything, and number two, be able to mix it into a way that the musician that originally intended to see his work may see a better product come out of it. Plus, I never took any sort of mixing classes or mixing and mastering and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Doing musical editing as well. So that's a very interesting thing. I'm sure if because I am also interested in looking into grabbing a really nice camera now to make actual music videos. It's just making sure that I have enough time and making sure that I can just get through it and do it. Is
Right.
my biggest struggle right now for that.
Yeah, I gotta say though, I think there's only so much you could be self-depreciative until it becomes impactful on other people. Who's like, oh man, I want to get into music, and you're an inspiration of it, right? And then to constantly hear, oh, mine's not that good. Then where would they stand? That's why like when I do art streams, I don't want to crap on myself too much, just because it's like, it's
Right.
I want to support people getting into it who could potentially be better than me and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So on my end of that spectrum, I feel like I kind of go into that in Mario Paint when I show you guys the process about like just form and stuff. But besides that, I don't really want to show people how much this can really go. When I do digital art, I'm getting kind of at that point where I'd rather just learn how to use a tablet, because this is a lot more intensive. This is a lot more about instead of having a natural hand flow, wrist stuff.
Also, that brings up a really interesting thought too, because one of the things.
Huh? What was that?
Oh, that's bad that fell. Let's keep that right there for one of the things that I think I'd rather be more comfortable with probably teaching is just probably like a class, like, put that there for now. It's like, so I have one of these, obviously. Whatever, I'm not gonna pick. Teaching stuff like here is, or that's a C chord.
Unbelievable!
And then doing stuff like that's a G chord, or that's a G chord, or doing that's a D chord. Teaching basics like that. I'd be more comfortable with teaching that on stream than teaching music.
Do you like what's the samurai guitarist do one of his courses or something?
See, I'm not one that likes doing. I'm okay with doing master classes like that stuff. Also, thanks for the bits, Brian. Appreciate it. You're unbelievable. But because I like my lessons to be unique with every person that takes them.
Right.
That's why I like doing one-on-one lessons as opposed to big group lessons. I think just people get more inspired when I put my time solely into a person as opposed to into a group. I don't know. That's just my thoughts personally. It's not that to say that I couldn't teach a group. I've done it before perfectly fine. It's just I like doing the one-on-one because I can focus on specifically the issues that a student may be having and then learn to solve them.
Right. For me, I feel like I think Carl just alone has more credibility in his field than I do, just because it's like the most I had, it was AP art, which is I guess a little slightly higher echelon, but not really. I feel like I didn't really have to depend on stuff like the proper form, figure, all that. I'd like to learn how to explain myself better on that field, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I need to enhance my terminology. I could probably do. I think that'd be a fun stream though, like pulling out like an easel and then being like, "All right, let me teach you about shadows," because I know I know how to explain some of the stuff. What is it? Surface light, and then you got your form shadow, and then after that's your midtones, and then your whatever, and then your highlight. Oh man, I don't even remember. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not to say that I couldn't teach a music theory class. I just think that a lot of it would be lost on a person especially if you've never played an instrument before or really haven't picked up an instrument in a very long time. Like, one of the more basic things that we get taught in music theory is 1-4-5-1, which is chord progression theory. It's the most basic thing that you can learn. It makes perfect sense, and I could probably explain it to you in probably a rough 5 minutes. On
All
how it
right, when we
works.
go back to the puzzle, just start talking about it.
But like without an instrument and without any like reference, then there's just I don't know. I personally I don't see a point. I think just, but like I also say that with the intention of like I don't see a point. So go learn and go pick up an instrument and then bring yourself to a point. You know, I don't see a point now, but there can be a point later. Not a I don't ever see a point.
Like I mentioned that I do watch Summer Guitars here and there, and I enjoy it even though I don't know anything about guitar really. And I think that's kind of the aspect, kind of just learning things even though you might not really put into practice, but it just gives you a wider understanding of that particular thing.
Yeah.
You know? I think that could just be helpful with anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's an interesting prospect for in my kind of thing, because I think it's a little more easier to have a basis, because we talked about this. It's a lot easier to, well, quote unquote, it's a lot easier to start art drawing and stuff than it is to get music, because there's equipment involved in music, and the things you need for art are a little less, set in metal. Or whatever. I don't know.
What are you yapping about?
Well, because the equipment for music is a lot more expensive than equipment for art. Typically
Yeah,
speaking.
okay. Sure.
You made this mention last podcast. I think there are some disagreeable points, like oil paints and stuff are a little expensive. Easels can run you up. But I mean, just starting the basics is a lot easier than finding like a $50 guitar or something.
Sure.
Jam.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I totally agree with that. So yeah, my thoughts are pick up an instrument and then I can teach you music theory.
Carl will run the tutor prices for his.
All right. So do we have any other emails available to us?
No.
Well, why not? You should privately send me the ones Brian sent, and I want to read them.
Well, so one of them was is a long excerpt he probably found online or something about Harry Potter carrying a gun, and then the other one is, "Hey, you stole my Minecraft account," and it has a lot of swears in it. So I'm not going to read that.
All right, fair enough. That's a good point.
It's good to have joke emails here, but we don't have a lot of ones that are like actual questions. So yeah, but then again, it's a dumb segment anyway.
So if you have questions that you would like to send us and like us to read and aren't our actual decent questions, please send it to us. Send them us at the please don't email this podcast at gmail.com email account.
I don't have your.
Oh, there's a oh yeah, that's right. That is true. Lime Green did in fact post a question on Discord. I'm going to have to go back and find it though. Give me just a rough moment here. Give me a second. Almost there.
You know what? I can copy paste the one Brian sent, and I could put it onto my Discord because.
So Lime Green asks, when people get excited for something, they exclaim, "Let's go!" My question to both is, where are these fine folks going so I may join them? Yours truly echoed the dolphin dolphin noises. That's my dolphin noise. I hope you enjoyed it.
Where are they going? To the E3.
Yeah, dude, they're going to Gamer Nirvana, I guess. I don't know.
That was number 11. Oops. 24. But wait, I don't have to because it's gonna go right back to me apparently. So I could start saying all the swears I want, right?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not how it works.
I posted it in my Discord what Brian sent, one of them. The other one's too darn long, Brian.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess they're going. Maybe something exciting happens, so they have to go to the bathroom. So it's like, let's go to the bathroom. I don't know.
Go to the bathroom.
Oh, I mean, you achieve victory, and then you gotta go. Speaking about let's go. Let's go subscribe some more so that you can use this emote that I uploaded, and all the proceeds gets supported to Speed Slasher.
Ouroboros or Orobus, and then praise the sun, and then the dongers. I don't know.
So
this is like what Bill Gates did, or was it Bill Gates? No, yeah, this is what Bill Gates did when he said when someone asked him to do a dab, he did this. Do you remember? He did this instead of he went.
I actually don't. Oops, sorry, I don't keep up with Bill Gates all that often.
It's so he does this. He's like, "That's not a dab."
Oh, the guy's got over $75 billion. He's got a lot on his mind. Don't. Yeah, don't diss the man.
You do the same for Jeff Bezos. You're like, oh, I'm like, what's he gonna do? Cry into his $1 million?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we're not. Carl said, maybe we shouldn't do the second part. Our second part topic. We don't. We're about almost 2 hours in, so I think we can go back to the puzzle.
We're at 2 hours already.
Well, I forget how long it took for us to actually start.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at 2 hours.
Because it's 2:16, but it took us like 30 minutes to start.
I don't think it took us exactly 30 minutes to start, but yeah. So I guess we'll wrap up the podcast portion here, and then we'll go back to the puzzle. So, I'm going to try and finish Spelunky this week. That's my goal. I need it to happen. I want it to happen.
Keep going. This isn't Spelunky 2 heck. This is Spelunky heck.
This is not Spelunky. I have to beat up Yama, and then we're done.
Honestly, I look at it on the bright side of it. I feel like you've gotten way better at the game since you've been like pushing yourself to keep playing and keep playing.
I just want it to be over.
Dude, once 2 rolls around, you're gonna like beat it in one go, and you're gonna be like, man.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So good, Kimochi. And then Wednesday, you don't know yet, and then Sunday is probably more City Skylines while I complain.
Yes, exactly. You got it, dude.
You got it, dude.
But yeah, that's probably the majority of my week. What are you doing?
I'm probably gonna post my schedule. I haven't decided it yet. I don't know if Mario Paint's doing it anymore. Well, I mean, we'll have to see, but
maybe have a variety week this week. Just play completely different stuff, new stuff. When are we gonna see Rock Manager?
I do want to beat Rune Factory. I'm getting closer, even though it feels like it's not. That's the type of game it is. The cooking tournament. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna save scum that, dude. Chris will be not happy if he shows up. And then besides that, I don't know. I got a good feeling in Minecraft, but I know that's not the most interesting thing to watch. Same with Rune Factory, all things considered. Maybe I should put a platformer into the mix or something. I don't know. You guys can see Spelunky on my channel and then watch Carl do it for another 2 hours or 3 hours. Isn't that fun?
What if the afternoon casuals got back together and they play Super Mario Galaxy?
Dude, I will spoil the event. You keep asking. You told me what it was. I'll spoil it.
He's lying. He won't do it. He wouldn't do it.
I remember that one day. You're like, but Speed would never lie to me.
He doesn't have the guts to do it.
That was the hardest I ever lied because CFP was like, oh, he's lying to you. It's not a song at all. And then you're like, I would never lie. I lie all the time. I lie to Dolly the most often, I think. I tell her, yeah, he did it. He beat the game. Whenever people come in and be like, what did I miss? I always say, the end. Who would lie on the internet? Who would go on the internet and tell lies?
That's true, yeah.
I don't know.
Speed Slasher apparently would.
Yeah. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, Brian doesn't like me. You know what's so funny? After he finished Phoenix Wright, he said, Speed Slasher, that guy sucks. And then he didn't he like didn't say a word in my stream. I'm like, oh man, I guess he does think I suck. It was the funniest thing ever. I didn't say anything.
Savage.
It's fine though. I haven't been in Chris's stream in a while, so I mean, who's the real friend? Thanks for watching.
Yeah.